Remind us to go back to what is really important. What does it mean to be a good person? Um, think about the holidays that we have, how they get so commercialized. And here's a holiday that invites us to go out and do something of service. And here's a holiday that invites us to go inside and check ourselves. What have we done lately? I want to talk to you about a moment in 1963. Dr. King was in Birmingham. And I'm going to describe the situation to you, and then I'm going to read you some of what he said about that. So here he is in Birmingham. It's April, it's coming on April. It's Good Friday. It's about, let's say, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's in a hotel room that will soon be bombed, but not in this night. So he's in a hotel room with 24 other people, all of whom I think are men. And they're discussing a crisis. The crisis is that they don't have any more cash to bomb people out of jail. They have 300 people in jail, and they don't have money to get them out. And the local bail bondsman, he's been told he can no longer bond out civil rights people because the city has declared that he doesn't have enough assets to cover them. So those 300 people are in jail indefinitely. And here it is, about 3 o'clock in the morning, Good Friday. Everybody knows what Good Friday is, right? Good Friday comes before Easter. Okay? Good Friday is the day that Jesus was crucified. Okay, just so we get the picture. So here we are, 3 o'clock in the morning, Good Friday, and he is already publicly committed to marching that day and to getting arrested. But there's no money to get anybody out of jail. So the crisis is, if he follows through, if he fulfills his promise, the person who is most able to raise money the quickest will be in jail and will not be able to go up north and have dinner parties and, make speeches and round up a couple of, like $50,000 in a week or 2 weeks' time. That person will be in jail. And so there they are struggling, strategizing, trying to figure it out. How can he do it? How can he not do it? And then finally, one of the men in the room says to him, "Martin, you can't go to jail. We need you to go and raise money." And this is what he says. "I sat there, conscious of 24 pairs of eyes. I thought about the people in jail. I thought about the Birmingham Negroes already lining the streets of the city, waiting to see me put into practice what I had so passionately preached. How could my failure now to submit to arrest be explained to the local community? What would be the verdict of the country about a man who had encouraged hundreds of people to make a stunning sacrifice and then excused himself? Then my mind ran in the opposite direction. Suppose I went to jail. What would happen to the 300? Where would the money come from to assure their release? What would happen to our campaign? Who would be willing to follow us into jail, not knowing when or whether he would ever walk out once more into the Birmingham sunshine? I sat in the midst of the deepest quiet I have ever felt, with 24 others in the room. There comes a time in the atmosphere of leadership when a man surrounded by loyal friends and allies realizes he has come face to face with himself. I was alone in that crowded room. I walked to another room in the back of the suite, and I stood in the center of the room. I think I was standing also at the center of all that my life had brought me to be. I thought of the 24 people waiting in the next room. I thought of the 300 people waiting in prison. I thought of the Birmingham Negro community waiting. And then my mind leaped beyond the Gaston Hotel, past the city jail, past city lines and state lines, and I thought of 20 million black people who dreamed that someday they might be able to cross the Red Sea of injustice and find their way to the promised land of integration and freedom. There was no more room for doubt. I I pulled off my shirt and pants, got into work clothes, went back to the other room to tell them I had decided to go to jail. I don't know what will happen. I don't know where the money will come from, but I have to make a faith act. So I draw your attention to that passage because I want to encourage you. I want to invite you to make a faith act. To me, if you're here tonight, then there's something that you, each one of you and I, are invited to do. There's something that's risky. There's something that could cost you. He says, I turn to Ralph Abernathy. I know you want to be in your pulpit on Easter Sunday, Ralph, but I'm asking you to go with me. I'm asking you to go with me. I don't know what your faith act is. I don't know what that risky thing is for you. And for each one of us, it might be something different, or it might be something that a bunch of us could get behind. But I'm asking you to discern, to go into your quiet place, into whatever that center is for you, and to check in. And then once you check in and you know what you have to do, ask somebody else to join you. Ask somebody else to support you. Ask me. Thank you.